Welcome to the Season 1 Ribbon Challenge overview. A bit earlier than last time, you got 45 days left, plenty of time to earn them all, a little better than 5 days. If you want an overall impression on how hard these are, maybe wondering if you want to go for them or not, well, I'd say not only do you have more time in the season, like an extra 20 days, these are quite a bit easier than the Season 0 challenges. Not like those were anything too crazy either, but there were a few roadblocks, like 40 shield turret kills, 50 white phosphorus and other high streak kills, tons of karma and backfires. Basically everything has been majorly toned down, like 2 backfires down from the 35 last time. Pick up 20 scavenger bags instead of 300. There are even dailies that are for picking up 45 scavenger bags, so stuff like that across the board. That said, it required a good bit more XP this time around to get to the end of the leveling, so that should be the first topic, ranking up. I've talked about it before, how you need more XP per rank this time around, but in turn, the challenges award much more XP, so you should be doing them as you go. Last season, I flew up to 155, mostly ignoring the challenges, and then had to go back and do the 30 or so that were left over, and it took a while. This time, I was always caught up with my challenges. When you're starting out, if you have Trials tickets saved from the previous season, you can burn through those combined with double XP and fly through the first 20-ish ranks with that. Then you'll have all those challenges to do, and somewhere around rank 100, 110, you should be roughly caught up and can do the challenges as you unlock them. However, there is a more efficient way to go about that. If you really want to race to 155 or be as efficient as possible, double XP does stack with challenges as well, and with a lot of these awarding 15k, 9k, 6k, dailies, and missions also can give a good chunk. What you can do is try to line up as many challenges as possible so that you can pop a double XP token and complete them all in one game. I never really did that for whatever reason. I was just lazy, didn't need to. Maybe I'll try next season to get some insane 300k XP game, but that is a great strategy to consider. As far as where do you get the XP tokens, you sometimes can from watching certain drop-enabled Twitch streams when they announce a promotion for that. You also get some from the campaign. There's the COD Companion app if you join a squad, and you can log in each week for the clan competition thing. Then there's the Battle Pass. You can get a total of 6 hours each of regular and weapon XP, and of course the Doritos Mountain Dew stuff. No, I didn't buy any. People always say, what the hell are those tokens, dude? Well, some kind folks were gifting me these, and we found there was a bug for a bit where multiple people could use the same code, and one bag gave 4 15-minute tokens for whatever reason. I don't know why I keep forgetting to use these, but okay, that is step 1, the ranking up itself. And honestly, that is the big part of this, because as I said, the challenges weren't bad at all. When I hit 155, all I had to do was get 1 domination win and be done. If you're curious, the level 155 weapon blueprint is the Warhead M91 LMG. Also, I should mention, the emblem you get isn't animated right now. After doing the final challenge, I had to restart my game to get it, and here it is, which is weird. They said the top seasonal emblems would be animated, so I don't know if we have to wait for Season 2 like last time, which would be annoying, or if this is just a mistake, they dropped the wrong image file in here. I don't see them being too lazy to animate an emblem when it's something people are expecting. That just doesn't make sense, and I don't think they're still working on them. We saw leaks for all the future seasonal emblems, so I don't know why they wouldn't have the animated versions ready to go as well, but just know that's a thing. You might not get the animated emblem right away. Next, what about the challenges themselves? I've been calling them easy, but I will still pick out a few. First, let's talk organization. I did type out all the challenges. I added another sheet tab to my camo template thing. There's a link below if you want to view it. I did make it a view link this time, not a direct copy, since I figured you may want to copy out only this part into an existing spreadsheet instead of making a whole new document and cluttering up your drive, or you may not want this at all. It is debatably useful. I don't know. I'll explain the idea behind it, and I'm interested to hear if you want this done for future seasons. So these are all the challenges, and down here is the ugly version. The colors make more sense without the dark mode on. Either way, this is quite the eyesore, but the idea is, at least in Season 0, I often found myself wondering, is there a field upgrade I need to be working on right now? Is there a Killstreak or a perk that I should be using? And with this, I can see at a glance, okay, Killstreak, that's the dark blue. Oh yeah, I need cluster kills and VTOL kills, so I'll put those on. A perk, It looks like I should be using Ghost and Shrapnel, okay, and I could be covering them up as I go to easily see what I need to be working on without scrolling through all the challenges looking for a perk challenge. I also pretty much grayed out a bunch of challenges that I think you shouldn't need to do anything special for. You don't need to pay attention to them. Simple things like get kills and ADS kills using any field upgrade. And also some bugged things like the old sticky bomber. You can get this done without ever using a Semtex or a Thermite. I got it done with C4 actually, although that isn't unique to C4. It isn't like I stuck him with it. I did this challenge pretty quick with only frags equipped in the first season if I recall. If you ever need to do this challenge legit, then Thermite is totally the way to go. It's just a burning throwing knife, super easy to throw it at people. Well, alright, this is my attempt at organizing the challenges. It's ugly, but potentially useful. You might have a better idea. Now, I'll just focus in on a few of the challenges that I think could give you the most trouble among these. Of course, one of the toughest being Playa, complete 3 public matches. This one tripped me up for a while until I realized I was actually playing private matches the whole time. The trick is to be playing public matches, just so you know. Aside from that, maybe the toughest challenges here are Killstreak related. You do need a Juggernaut. I was afraid it was going to be 50 Juggernaut kills or something, but no, just use one Juggernaut. Same for the Support Helo and Airdrop. Early on, there were some Chopper and VTOL kills, but you have a ton of time to work towards those. They really toned down the Killstreak requirements, which I'm glad about. Many of these challenges here I think should have been harder, but I'm glad to not need to earn a bunch of Juggernauts. Well, I gave a bunch of Killstreak advice in the Season 0 video, I'll link that below. Most of it is the same, so I'll just give the fast version. 1, you could hope to God you get lucky in a care package, but your odds are very, very low. So if you're going for the streak directly, I would definitely opt for Kill Chain, and depending on the streak I'm going for and the map, my Killstreak choices will vary. Most of the time for a lower streak like the Chopper, I like Predator Wilson. For something higher, maybe up it to a VTOL, or on Shipment, I would want Cluster VTOL. I don't want to have to control something while I'm left vulnerable on the ground, and the Cluster is very lethal on Shipment. I did most of my stuff back when Shoot House was around, but I did give Shipment a try for my Juggernaut. I wondered what would happen if I actually tried to camp and stay safe on Shipment, tryharding it up with an M4, which, by the way, I still don't have gold for, so I'm allowed to use it. And it actually worked. I think I got pretty lucky. My cluster placement was fat ass, it fell short and didn't do much, but my VTOL came through big time, luckily didn't get shot down as I sat in this little bitch crate and tried to fend off any rogue spawns. Then picking up the Jug crate is a whole different issue on Shipment, but it worked out. Generally, would I recommend trying to get a streak on Shipment? I mean, it'll probably be very frustrating with the spawns being so terribly broken. Talked all about that yesterday. It's way worse than Shipment has ever been in past games. People are just gonna spawn right on top of you. You will often have no control over your deaths, but it is certainly possible. Really up to you, whatever you enjoy more. You can take it more tactical on a different map where you have more control over surviving, or you can bash your head into a wall on Shipment until it works. Your call. Finally, of course, if you find your opposition is just way too good to ever earn a Juggernaut, well, maybe you should try to level up the old Riot Shield for a bit, get some Riot Shield camos, or maybe you need some LMG hipfire camos. I'm certainly not suggesting you do anything immoral. These are all things that the game is telling you to do, and, well, maybe after a couple games of going for LMG hipfire camos and not doing so hot as a result with a low accuracy and KD, you might find you're suddenly better at the game. All that mental fortitude and patience you built up must really pay off. Just an innocent thought, you're only going for camos, not doing anything wrong. Next challenge you might have trouble with is 2 quad feeds. The only thing to get harder, last time you needed 1 quad feed, but it was right at the end, so maybe this is easier, you have more time to get them. I hear a lot of talk about how people think quad feeds are bugged, whether you're going for the dog charm mission challenge or doing the ribbon. Quad feeds I don't think are bugged, they're just a bit harder than you think they are. First, yes, you can earn them with kill streaks. That's the number one question I always hear. Kill streaks do count. So things like a Predator missile in Ground War is a great idea. Since you get all 4 kills at the same time, there's no way someone can interrupt that quad feed. Also, choppers and gunships on small maps, pretty solid way to get a quad feed. That's how I did mine. And when you get a quad feed, it will pop up and say quad feed in game. Not only Fury kill for 4 rapid kills. The reason some people might think quad feeds are bugged is because you can get a Fury kill that was not interrupted by anything in the feed and have it not count as a quad feed, because there is a certain amount of speed required for it to be a quad feed. A Fury kill is much more relaxed. You can get a kill, wait a couple seconds, kill number 2, couple more seconds, kill number 3, and that chains together to become a quad kill, but not a quad feed, because one of the kills may have already started to fade off the feed. You need to get all 4 kills fairly quickly and be lucky to have them not be interrupted by someone else's kill. Those are the 2 keys to a quad feed. So yes, streaks are the best way. Choppers and gunships on Shoot House went great. And now we have Shipment. Shipment is both great and not great. You will get natural gun kill chains on Shipment all the time with how broken the spawns are. That solves the speed problem, but a lot of them will not be quad feeds because someone else could easily be getting a kill that interrupts your feed with how the kills are happening non-stop. Another idea is to be launching off Joker rockets until you inevitably get a quad feed with one, but you don't need to. Despite the high probability of being interrupted, if you play a ton of Shipment, especially if you need to finish off some shotgun camos maybe, then yeah, you're gonna get some quad feeds. I showed this clip yesterday, but it's just too funny. This was a 9 times kill chain that included me dying in the middle, but I just picked right back up and kept it going because of how dumb the spawns are. Also, speaking of that video, because Shipment is very relevant for all this challenge hunting stuff, I'll repeat a tip I gave then. If you're having trouble getting on Shipment, like you've been hopping out of vacant lobbies for the past 10 minutes, well, that means you've encountered some 100 or so people who are also searching for a game in this playlist. So pop open your recent players, and you'll often find somebody in a joinable Shipment game. I try to avoid TDM and kill confirmed because they end so quickly. Joining in progress is even less worth it. And again, I don't approve of some ways recent players can be abused, but it's very handy for picking a map and game mode you want to play. Shipment makes probably 90% of these challenges just fly by. But to touch on a few more that I wouldn't necessarily recommend Shipment for, Resistance is a somewhat tough challenge, but I found it a lot easier this season because it works in Domination now. I couldn't get it to work in Dom in Season 0, even though I think I heard some people did. But I sat on a Dom flag and defended it from 5 people in a row, twice, never got anything, and I was forced to do it in Headquarters, which is a lot harder because you gotta cap it first, then maybe toss down a trophy, get your stims ready, and prepare yourself to get bum rushed and blown up. And with the long HQ delays, you can only try that maybe 4 or 5 times per game. But in Domination, you can hang out on a flag you own for the entire game and try for that 5 kill streak. Maybe you still want a trophy or a portable cover. It won't be a walk in the park, but it's a lot easier than Headquarters. It only took 1 game here. All 14 of my kills were Defender kills. You don't need to be directly on the flag for it to count as Defender. There is a little radius around it. Like A-side Shoot House allows you to hop up on the ledge and have it still count as Defender, making this maybe the best spot in the game for doing this. And thankfully that counted for the challenge this time. So would recommend Dom for sure. The one final challenge I've seen some talk about was the 7 injured longshots. I got this done automatically pretty quick because I was going for hundreds of longshots for my AR camos at the time, so naturally 7 of them were going to be while injured. And this challenge is a pretty early unlock, so I think it should happen naturally for you eventually. But if you want to try for this challenge, you could do the hardcore thermite injuring yourself trick, like we did for the Riot Shield injured kills. Get yourself to super low health by running past your own thermite. You don't heal up in hardcore, even though your vision will clear up. Then I'd recommend using something like the Deagle, since it's gonna one-shot and the pistol long-shot distance is not very far, or maybe something like an AK if you're more comfortable with that. You'll just have to be much farther away. That's about it. I'm getting to the end of the challenges I wanted to cover. You only need to hack 3 things with EOD this time, not 20, and they made hacking a lot faster too, so that should be a breeze. You can use Spotter to help you find the equipment, or if you use EOD a lot, you shouldn't even need that. Yeah, overall everything is much easier this time around, so if you missed out on Season 0 and you want one of these mastery emblems, it will still take a good chunk of time, but you've got a good shot at this one for sure. And I'm guessing they'll have a big double XP period in the final week of the season like they did last time, maybe one before that as well, since this weekend is only weapon XP, so you can keep an eye out for that and maybe do a big catch-up at the end. There you have the Season 1 Officer Rank challenges. I feel like I didn't cover that much, so feel free to ask about a certain challenge if you're struggling with one I didn't mention, but there just wasn't a whole lot to delve into. Most of these are very surface level, and I would just end up telling you to play Shipment to speed this up about 32 some odd times. Best of luck with the Season 1 challenges. I'm going to be disappearing for a while. I'm leaving, going back to Vancouver to stay with the family for a week, so I'll see you maybe before the new year, but I don't even know. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays and all that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.